Hi guys, Larissa at Particle Pieces here. If you've seen me before on my blog, you know I enjoy farm animals and I enjoy farm things. I always adored sheep and cows. When I made my kids some clothespin sheep ornaments a few years ago, I decided to make a larger version. I made out of recycled sweaters and some chair spindles. I have that full tutorial over on the blog, particlepieces.com, and you're more than welcome to go check that out. But a lot of people, because they saw my clothespin sheep, wanted to see how I made them. So today I'm sharing that tutorial with you. Let me show you how we do this little cutie. I have the full supplies list over on the blog with all the details of what I'm using here, but just to summarize, it's just basically some yarn, some clothespins, some paint, some glue. You can accessorize however you like, but basically head over to the blog. I have the printable for the template for the sheep. You can get there, but I like to take this paper and either transfer it onto some paper board so it's a nice template, little stiffer if I'm going to make more of them. Otherwise the paper works fine. But what you're basically going to do is just take this template and trace it onto some cardboard. And then when you have your cardboard pieces, you're going to take some flat back paint and just basically paint the nose here, or the face, however you want to call it. Both sides. And you're not going to do too much of it, but you're basically going to make sure you get in the grooves of the cardboard and so on, so it looks all nice and solid. Then, once that's done, you're going to let that dry. I'm going to set this down over here. I like to take my clothespins and put them on a box like this so that they're upright, nice and ready to go for painting. You can see I've got some ready to go here. Basically, same thing. Just take your black paint. You can see that there. And you're going to try to paint up past the spring-loaded action there, because you want that to be hidden. You don't want to know it's a clothespin. At least I don't. That's a quick job, just showing you there how to do that. You're going to let that dry. Then you want to, either use hot glue, either low temp, high temp, or even just a tacky glue like this here. Will work. I like the hot glue because obviously it's fast set, a little bit easier to work with, but either way, really any works. I want to talk to you about the yarn I use. I have used your typical poly yarn before. I will show you a picture of the difference between the two in a minute. But I prefer the wool roving type better, a little thicker, a little bumpier, so it looks more like an actual wool. There's gray sheep, white sheep. Feel free to make any color sheep you like, but these are so great to make for a holiday ornament, to gift to someone, Easter, springtime. Really the options are limitless. But when you're ready to start assembling, you're going to take your cardboard body and two of the clothespins you painted. And then, working kind of quick, I like to put a bead of glue on each side and then clip it on down to where the spring meets the body there. And I kind of tip it so that the legs are splayed. Again, more glue, clip on, and you want it to have sort of a stance, so you make it sure that it sits level, maybe adjust a little bit before that glue sets. There you go. When you're ready to do the yarn part, again, simple. You want to make sure your yarn has a good length out off of the ball here, the skein. I like to just either put this into a basket or just dump it on the floor if the floor's clean, so it can roll around while I pull, because we're going to be winding around the sheep here and you want it to have it free flowing. There's some little tricks to this. I like to start again with another bead of hot glue. Put it on there. And then I start wrapping around the body. I'll show you some close-ups of this. Attaching with the glue, starting in the middle to kind of anchor it. You see where I'm headed here. Then I'm going to kind of go around where the rear is here. See around the base where the spring. I want to cover that spring up so we just see legs, and it kind of gives the sheep a little more heft anyway. Then I'm going to go back up to the middle and cross over. Just a few, just to kind of work my way over. And then I'm going to go around the base here. Nobody likes a skinny sheep, right? We all like a woolly sheep, so we're going for woolly. All right, once we get back up here, this can get to be where it's a little tricky. I like to work my way to whatever end, one or the other, trying to stay where you can see me here. Your first layers aren't going to matter as much as your last because you're not going to see them. You can do a little crisscrossing to just get coverage. What I like to do is put a bead of glue on both sides because sometimes the yarn at the end will end up kind of creeping down over the face. This kind of keeps it from doing that. So you can see I'm going to go between here, back around, up and over, back out. Honestly, you could totally play with this to get it how you like. The more you do, the more you get the hang of it. Now I'm going to work back towards the rump, kind of beefing up the middle as I go. And again, I'm going to need to tack it because you can see the round bottom there, the yarn's going to want to fall off. But what I wanted to show you, sometimes I'll go like this, over, under, and then make an X. See how I'm going this way, then this way, just to kind of work its way up the rump there, for lack of better terms. But don't hesitate to add a little bit of glue. And of course, watch your fingers because hot glue is hot. And I learned many times, ouch. And if you get to where you have maybe like a bald spot on the behind, that's okay. You're gonna be adding a little tail that kind of hides. So I'm gonna try to fill in this spot here. This does use quite a bit of yarn. So far out of that skein I've gotten 2 sheep. This is my 3rd, so you can make several with one. Okay, I'm gonna use a little more glue because it's just not sticking. But again, we can cover that up. Okay, so now to finish it up, I'm gonna try to hide all this crazy wrapping I did. Honestly, I have done probably each one of these, each one is a little bit different. So there is no scientific, half the fun is making the creation. Oh, I wanted to tell you too, make sure you're checking the other side. You don't wanna have crisscrosses on one side and then you look good on the other side. So every once in a while, flip your sheep over to double check for what you've got going on the other side. So now if you notice, I'm going to work in a fan from basically front to back and keep going back and forth across. But I want to beef up the middle because that's where the belly is fat, right? There we go. Swing it around and keep going, but just remember, double check every once in a while. You don't have to pull the roving too tight, makes it thin out. You can kind of let it fluff up a little bit. But we're looking for thick haunches, thick belly. Lots of twisting, but man, this is only a couple minutes here and we're about done, so. Let's see, what do you think? It'll be a little thicker, huh? So what would you use these for? I like to use them to gift to people as a handmade treat. I mean, it is just clothespins and cardboard and yarn, but man, they're just so cute. They also make wonderful ornaments, as I mentioned. They hang on the tree. My kids have them. They're one of their favorite ornaments that I've made. And of course, your kids can make them too. When I made them for them at the time, they were too little. So, all right, just to wrap it up here to show you, I'm gonna Just get to a point where I think I'm done. I'm gonna cut off a length of yarn, leaving a tail. And then I'm just gonna kind of take it up here, make sure it's taut, and I'm gonna hide it. Tuck it in. All right, there we go. I've got a little bald spot there. Like I said, that's okay. We are gonna take our tacky glue. Again, you could use hot glue, but for these pieces, I like to use a tacky because it dries clear. It doesn't leave the stringy, clear, hot glue. There's my tail. Okay, and for the ears, by the way, these are just little pieces of black felt that are shaped in teardrop. Ear on there. A little too much glue. And ear on here. I accidentally touched, but thankfully that will dry clear. There you go. Your sheep is done. He can stand up by himself. Also, if you would like, you can add a piece of ribbon around the neck and add a bell. I even like to take an awl and make a hole in here and add a hanger with some extra ribbon for the ornament side. So there you go. What'd you think? Was that fun? They're cute, they're kind of cuddly. You can set them up anywhere in your home. Like I said, use them for decorations. The whole idea was to just have some fun, creating your own little sheep flock, and your friends will love getting them as gifts too. You can use them on top of a package or part of an arrangement, however you like. Feel free to ask questions. I'm always available at larissa@prodigalpieces.com. And like I mentioned, I have all sorts of things on my blog, prodigalpieces.com, for you. Also things in my shop. If you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get all these things in your inbox, as well as a discount to my shop and a free furniture buying guide, because that's what I like to share. Again, my flock and I wish you the best and then invite you to come over and join our fun. See ya.